The sun, with its fiery eye, gazes upon the eastern horizon, casting long shadows over the rugged landscape. A time before memory, before the whispers of history, a time where the island, untamed and untamed itself, whispered. Scattered tribes, united in mutual respect for the wild earth and the murmuring sea, began not only to build shelters, but also to forge a shared identity. From the island rich in obsidian, sharper than any flint, they crafted tools and weapons and set sail with sturdy boats to trade with other coastal societies. Their hands, callous yet sensitive, brought forth rough beauty in sturdy whistles, each a testament to their mastery over the elements. The sea, both provider and challenger, also became their teacher, dictating the rhythm of their lives. This was not a sudden conquest or a rise to power. The spirit of Minoan emerged organically, fluid by a collective yearning for something beyond mere survival. They observed the cycle of nature, their rituals echoing the waxing and waning of the moon, the ebb and flow of tides. The bull, once a wild and potent creature, became a powerful symbol, its horns adorning their pottery, its image woven into their primal myths. There were no grand proclamations, no singular leader wielding a conquering flag. Instead, throughout the island, villages hummed with creative energy. Pottery, once raw and utilitarian, blossomed into artistic forms, vibrant with colors and intricate patterns, reflecting a growing confidence and sophistication. This was a civilization not built open brute force, but open cooperation, innovation, and deep connection with the natural world. It was a dawn, a hesitant awakening yet hopeful, on the shores of a sun-drenched island, the first murmur of a civilization whose destination was greatness, the Minoans. The rise of Minoan civilization on the island of Crete around 2700 before Common Era continues to be a fascinating puzzle for historians and archaeologists. Unlike other civilizations that emerged alongside major rivers, the Minoans flourished on an island, inherently intertwined with the sea. Their origins remain shrouded in a halo of mystery, but evidence points towards the gradual development of indigenous Neolithic cultures influenced by seafaring peoples migrating from the east. The early Minoans, far from being isolated, were active participants in the growing trade networks of the eastern Mediterranean. Excavations reveal obsidian from Melos, a volcanic glass prized for its sharpness, indicating early maritime trade and a sophisticated understanding of navigation. The Minoans didn't simply rely on existing technologies, they innovated. Their mastery of pottery is evident in the evolution from simple, utilitarian whistles to finely crafted polychrome wares that bear the hallmarks of Minoan artistry. It is interesting that the Minoan civilization doesn't appear to have emerged from a dominant center of power. Instead, it seems that various settlements across the island were established successfully, each contributing to a vibrant cultural mosaic and interconnectedness. This decentralized structure, unique for its time, likely fostered innovation and adaptability. The absence of force-filled structures in the early period suggests a relatively peaceful society focused on trade and cooperation. However, the later emergence of palace complexes, such as those found at Knossos and Phaistos, indicates a shift towards more centralized governance, likely spurred by economic prosperity and the need to manage complex social structures. The Minoan civilization was the first major Aegean civilization to flourish on the Greek island of Crete. The early inhabitants settled there around 6300 before Common Era, and the island became powerful and influential between 2200 and 1450 before Common Era. The wealth of the Minoans during the Bronze Age was due to extensive trade with other Greek cities, Mediterranean countries, Egypt, and Syria, attracting many to their culture. Their prosperity also stemmed from the fertile soil of Crete, which produced commodities such as olive oil and grains. Major economies centers were located around the places of wealthy elites, and their remains have been discovered in various parts of the island. This civilization is named the Minoan civilization after Minos, the legendary king of Crete. About 1,700 years before the birth of Christ, a fire destroyed Knossos and other places, which were then rebuilt more splendidly than before. From that time until about 1,500 years before Christ, the Minoan civilization was at its peak. King Minos, or Minos, is one of the important and legendary figures in ancient Greek mythology. He is known as the founder of the Minoan civilization and is recognized in Greek myths as a beloved and powerful king. According to the legend, Minos possessed a great fortress known as the Labyrinth. He used this labyrinth as a prison to contain the famous monster, the Minotaur. Every year, 7 boys and 7 girls from the Athens were sent to Crete to be sacrificed to the Minotaur. This myth is also part of the story of Theseus and the Minotaur, where Theseus, a young man from Athens, goes to Crete and with the help of Princess Ariadne, the daughter of the king, hunts down this terrifying monster. From a historical perspective, Minos was indeed one of the real rulers of Crete, but precise information about his life and actions is often intertwined with myth and has been transmitted to us through legends. They migrated to the island from Anatolia, modern-day Turkey. Their culture and civilization were Asiatic, and they viewed themselves as their island as Asiatic. The Minoans were not of Indo-European origin, and their ancestral roots compared to the other tribes are still not clear. However, successful migration during the prehistorical era led to the independence and diversity of the Minoans population on the island of Crete. Ancient Egyptians and other ancient cultures of the Middle East, such as those in Mesopotamia, Assyria, Babylonia, Mitanni, Levant, and Canaan, which were advanced civilizations in their own right at that time, can be considered as potential sources for the origin of the Minoan society. Many aspects of Greek city-state and culture have their roots in Asian origins. Chronology and periodization. Early Minoan, 2100 to 2700 before Common Era. This period marks the emergence of distinct Minoan cultural features, including the development of intricate pottery styles and the beginning of the complex social structures. The winds whisper old tales and carry echoes of civilizations long gone under breath. Close your eyes and let yourself be transported to the shores of Crete, thousands of years ago, to a time before the rise of the Minoans as we know them. The island, then as now, lay bathed in Mediterranean sunlight, its slopes covered with wild olive trees and sturdy shrubs. Small, scattered communities dotted the landscape, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of nature. These were the people of the Neolithic era, skilled in patiently shaping stone, tending to nascent fields of barley and wheat. Life was a delicate dance between plenty and scarcity. The sea, a source of sustenance and livelihood, could be both harsh and unforgiving. Yet, these early islanders, their spirits akin to the wild plants clinging to rocky outcrops, were adaptable, learning to thrive. They crafted tools from obsidian, volcanic glass sourced from the island of Melos. Their voyages opened the waves a testament to their growing seafaring skills. Their villages, clusters of humble round houses, harbored the seeds of something greater within them. Their culture was steeped in reverence for the natural world, their rituals reflecting the cycles of the seasons, their gods a reflection of the raw power of the earth and the untamed spirit of the bull. Generations passed, their stories woven into the fabric of the island. Rough pottery vessels, once mere vessels for meager harvests, slowly transformed, their shapes refined, their surfaces adorned with simple yet meaningful patterns. This was not art for art's sake, but a reflection of burgeoning awareness, an identity in the making. The winds of change swept across the aging sea, carrying whispers of new ideas and innovations born in distant lands. The people of Crete, whose spirits were always receptive to the currents of the world, embraced these influences, weaving them into the fabric of their cultural tapestry. Villages grew, their connections strengthened, their shared heritage solidified, and thus, from the foundations laid by those early islanders, a new era dawned. The rise of the Minoans. Their civilization was built not on conquest but on the accumulated wisdom of generations, on a spirit of collaboration, on an unwavering belief in power of human ingenuity to reshape a world of beauty and wonder. Middle Minoan, 1600 to 2100 before Common Era, a period of significant cultural flourishing, characterized by the construction of places complexes such as Knossos, advanced industries in pottery and metalworking, and evidence of extensive trade networks. The sun shines over the Aegean Sea, reflecting vibrant wall paintings adorning a grand palace recently risen in Knossos. The humble ancient villages, which once scattered the landscape, have vanished. The Middle Minoan period was an era of unprecedented cultural blossoming. News of fires spread across the Mediterranean Sea. The Minoans, master of the sea, controlled trade routes extending from Egypt to the shores of Syria. Their ships, slick and swift, carried cargoes of olive oil, fine pottery, and luxurious textiles, returning laden with ivory, gold, and exotic spices. This wealth led to an explosion of cultural richness. In the grand palaces of Knossos, Phaestus, and Malia, skilled craftsmen created wonders that mesmerized the eyes. The potter's wheel spun, giving birth to intricately patterned vessels, shells spiraling like nautilus and leaping dolphins, a statement to a people who revered the sea, bustling with sense of processions, rituals, and the bounties of nature, turned palace walls into windows for the Minoan soul. The simple shrines of antiquity had disappeared. In their place stood sanctuaries dedicated to the pantheon of gods. The great goddess, embodiment of fertility and earth's bounty, reigned supreme, her image woven into the fabric of daily life. The bull, symbol of power and masculinity, retained its honored place, its horns adorning altars, its image forever intertwined with the legendary Minotaur. Yet beneath this glittering surface, change was underway. The once decentralized villages had coalesced around powerful rulers whose authority was symbolized by the historic palaces dominating the Cretan landscape. Governance, once a matter of communal consensus, evolved into a complex network of scribes, officials, and meticulous record-keeping. The island of Thera unleashed its monstrous fury, This volcano, once a familiar landmark on the horizon, erupted with catastrophic force, hurling ash and fire into the sky. Tsunamis, watery titans, crashed open the shores of Crete, destroying coastal settlements and shattering the sense of security for the Minoans. Knossos, the jewel of a civilization, was ravaged by fire, though rebuilt power, religious ceremonies, and economic activities. Initially, the Minoans on this small island focused on simple and rudimentary structures. However, over time, using stones, clay, and mud, as well as beautiful artistic styles, their buildings evolved into greater beauty and size. Minoan architecture is one of the most fascinating and advanced ancient cultures that has enriched human history. When we scientifically examine Minoan architecture, we can see that this civilization possessed advanced knowledge and technology. For example, Minoan architecture cleverly utilized the stone structures, local materials such as clay and mud, and advanced building techniques such as reducing weight and strengthening buildings using arch designs and reducing gravitational force. These factors all demonstrate significant technical knowledge and experience employed in Minoan architecture. Moreover, Minoan buildings featured highly complex palaces adorned with precise geometric patterns and abundant artistic decorations, serving not only as residential areas but also as cultural, religious, and administrative centers. In summary, a scientific examination of Minoan architecture demonstrates that this civilization possessed advanced knowledge and technology, utilized in various fields including building materials, construction techniques, and structural design. Art. Minoan art is admired for its vibrancy and nature-inspired themes. Their ceramic vessels adorned with intricate designs and lively colors testify to their artistic skill. The wall paintings depicting scenes from daily life, religious processions, and maritime activities offer valuable insights into Minoan society and beliefs. One of the masterpieces of Minoan art was their granite works and stone carvings. These carvings, often featuring elaborate and beautiful designs of animal, plants, and geometric shapes, were used as decorations on castle walls, temples, as well as in amphitheaters and along the shores. Minoan art not only showcases their high artistic taste and skill, but also serves as examples of intelligent use of technology and local materials such as stone, clay, and mud. These artistic works are still recognized as some of the greatest achievements of ancient art, eliciting pride and awe from anyone who beholds them. Line. The story of Minoan writing begins with the people of this ancient civilization first felt the need to record and preserve their knowledge and information. They started with a system of simple symbols and lines that gradually evolved and became known as Linear A. This script began in a simpler and more practical form. However, over time and with the development of culture and knowledge, Linear A became more complex and was used to record scientific, literary, historical, and cultural knowledge. Overall, Linear A is a symbol of the progress and intelligence capabilities of the Minoans in the field of recording and transmitting information. This writing system is still recognized as one of the cultural treasures of antiquity, shedding light on the historical and scientific narratives of that era for us. Religion. The religion of the Minoans was polytheistic, focusing on nature gods and fertility rites. The bull played a prominent role in their ceremonies, and goddesses were revered as embodiments of the power of nature. Archaeologists have discovered evidence of their religious beliefs in Minoan artistic works, artifacts, and temples. They believed that the Minoans worshipped gods with infinite power who could control nature and either help or punish humans. In Minoan belief, It was believed that the spirits of ancestors and the spirit of gods could act as intermediaries between humans and the supernatural world. Therefore, the Minoans dedicated temples and altars to these spirits and communicated with them through these means. For example, some of the Minoan gods were known by names such as Poseidon, Zeus, and Persephone, each having their own duties and responsibilities in the world. These gods could establish connections with humans through various religious rituals and ceremonies performed in temples and sacred places. However, many of the Minoan religious beliefs and rituals remain ambiguous to us, and further research and interpretation are needed. These studies not only increase our knowledge of Minoan culture and civilization, but also help us gain a better understanding of the roots and development of ancient peoples' beliefs and religions. The Minoan gods were a fascinating blend of nature, power, and human emotions. Unlike the later Greek Olympian gods, they were less anthropomorphic, human-like, and more connected to the natural world. Here are some prominent Minoan deities. The Great Goddess. This central figure in the Minoan pantheon represented fertility, motherhood, and the life-giving forces of nature. She was often depicted in art with the snakes, lions, and birds, symbols of power and her connection to the animal world. The bull. The bull was a powerful symbol in Minoan rituals, perhaps representing strength, masculinity, and the forces of nature. Famous scenes of bull leaping in Minoan art depict a ceremonial connection with this animal, likely symbolizing a form of sacrifice or a test of bravery. The Snake Goddess. This enigmatic figure, often depicted with snakes, may be associated with healing, protection, and the underworld. Snakes were seen as powerful creatures with a connection to the earth and its mysteries. The Minotaur. This hybrid creature with a human body and the head of a bull was a prominent figure in Minoan myths. While his role in Minoan religion is debated, the myth of the Minotaur and the labyrinth of Knossos suggests themes of fertility, sacrifice, and unknown dangers. The Mountain God. Mountains were revered in Minoan rituals, and this deity may represent power and the enduring nature of the natural world. Mountains provided vital resources and protection, and this god may symbolize their importance in the Minoan world. Beyond these major gods, the Minoan religion also included a multitude of lesser deities and spirits associated with specific places, objects, and natural phenomena. We can see these gods depicted in art, on pottery, and in the structure of their palaces and sanctuaries. While much remains mysterious about Minoan religion, we can glimpse a complex, fascinating system of beliefs deeply intertwined with the natural world, the cycle of life and death, and divine power. Commerce and economics. Ancient archaeological studies indicate that the Minoans, one of the most prominent ancient civilizations, engaged in extensive commercial activities that contributed to the wealth and glory to this civilization. Benefiting from its distinctive geographical location on the island of Crete and utilizing natural resources such as mines, the Minoans had significant productivity. The Minoans were skilled seafarers and established extensive trade networks throughout the Mediterranean Sea. They exported goods such as olive oil, wine, pottery, and textiles, while importing raw materials such as metals and timber. Minoan trade occurred through two main methods: maritime trade and trade with other lands. They engaged in commercial exchanges with countries and other civilizations through their own ships. In bustling and vibrant markets, Minoan traders, with their flexibility and commercial acumen, succeeded in profitable deals. They provided fair pricing for their goods using a system of weights and measures, securing positive transactions for themselves. As a result, the dynamic and extensive trade of the Minoans played a significant role in the economic growth and cultural development of this civilization. Their intelligent use of natural resources, distinctive geographical location, and extensive commercial activities with other civilizations transformed the Minoans into one of the richest and most advanced ancient civilizations. Important cities. The Minoan civilization, unlike some empires, was not centralized around a single city. Instead, their power was dispersed throughout Crete in a network of cities and grand palaces, each with its own distinct personality and influence. Here are some of the most important cities. Knossos. This was the largest and most famous Minoan palace complex situated near the northern coast of Crete. It is renowned for its intricate architecture, beautiful wall paintings, and its role as a political and religious center. Excavations have revealed a multi-story structure with courtyards, workshops, and even an advanced drainage system for its time. Phaistos. Located on the southern coast, this palace served as a notable administrative and economical center. It is distinguished by the enigmatic Phaistos disc, an ancient artifact with an undeciphered script. Excavations have uncovered complex layouts with courtyards, workshops, and even an asphalt road leading to the harbor. Malia. Positioned on the northern coast, this palace contains the widest remains of Minoan palaces. Its architecture resembles Knossos, featuring a central court, workshops, and interconnected rooms. Zagros. Situated on the eastern coast, this palace was a major port city playing a significant role in Minoan trade. It stands out with remarkable harbor facilities and its association with the production of pottery and luxury goods. Gornia. While not a palace city, Gornia was an important urban center. It is known for its well-preserved remains, offering valuable insights into Minoan urban planning, architecture, and daily life. These cities, along with other smaller settlements, formed an interconnected network of centers that contributed to the flourishing and influence of the Minoan civilization. Each city had its own unique character and role in the broader Minoan world, showcasing the diversity and complexity of this remarkable civilization. Legacy. A scientific journey through time. The Minoan civilization left a lasting legacy in the Mediterranean world. Their innovations in art, architecture, and technology influenced subsequent Greek culture, and their myths and stories continue to resonate in myths and literature. Their story bears witness to humanity's capacity for brilliance, adaptability, and cultural achievements, even amidst the challenges of island life. The Minoan civilization, a vibrant and enigmatic presence on the island of Crete, flourished for centuries and left behind a legacy that remains captivating and inspirational. Beyond stunning artistic achievements, intricate palaces, and captivating mythology, their influence extends beyond the confines of their island home, echoing throughout history and impacting the development of Western civilization. Archaeological excavations and scientific analysis provide the foundation for our understanding of the Minoans. Carbon dating of artifacts, analysis of ancient soil pollen, and detailed examination of pottery composition all contribute to the piecing together their history. Recent DNA analysis of Minoan remains has revealed an intriguing narrative. While primarily of European origin, their genetic structures also shows evidence of genetic influence from the Near East, reflecting the complex and dynamic nature of their society. This evidence further supports the theory that Crete was a melting pot of cultures. A recent study using sophisticated techniques such as tephra analysis, which means the study of volcanic ash layers, revealed that the Minoans thrived through significant climate change. The eruption of the Thera volcano Santorini around 1628 before Common Era had a considerable impact on Minoan civilization, potentially leading to social upheavals and contributing to their decline. Analysis of pottery, shards, and ancient grains has provided the detailed insights into the Minoan diet, rich in grains, fruits, and vegetables. These findings, along with evidence of trade routes and sunken ships, demonstrate a dynamic network of exchange that brought not only goods but also ideas and cultural influences across the Mediterranean Sea. The Minoan civilization did not abruptly come to an end. Its influence continues to ripple through history. Mycenaeans. The Mycenaean civilization on the Greek mainland, known for its warrior culture, heavily borrowed from the Minoans. They adopted the Minoan writing system, Linear B, and incorporated Minoan art and religious motifs into their culture. Greeks. Many myths and legends of ancient Greece, such as the story of the Minotaur and the Labyrinth, have roots in Minoan myths. Greek gods like Zeus, Poseidon, and Artemis can also trace their lineage to similar deities worshipped by the Minoans. Renaissance. During the Renaissance, European artists and scholars were captivated by the beauty and mystery of Minoan civilization. Their artistic works, architecture, and artifacts rooted an interest in classical ancient world and profoundly influenced the development of art and architecture in Europe. Enduring legacy. Although the Minoan civilization is lost to the ages, it continues to resonate with us today. Their artistic achievements, complex social structures, and mastery of the sea remain inspirational and enlightening in our understanding of human history. Through scientific research, we continually add new pieces to the puzzle, unlocking the mysteries of this remarkable civilization and revealing its enduring impact. Well, folks, thank you for sticking with us till the end. I hope I've managed to provide you with useful and practical information, and I would be delighted if you could leave your comments for us. If you enjoy historical content, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications. Peace.